of the International Secret Police.
Ceiling zero. Ceiling zero.
After capturing Pierre and Abu, two octopus gangsters, in Mazagan, Speed, Clint, and Carlos learned from the Arab that the last order he had from the octopus was from Marrakesh, a famous African city. Since they know their enemy is awaiting word of their death at the hands of Abu, the boys prepare to fly into the teeth of a rising storm. But first order the Arab to get in touch with the octopus by shortwave. Clint sees a chance of catching up with his old enemy, and we now find all of them before the shortwave set with Abu already in conversation with his sinister master.
I have bad news to report, Master.
You have failed with the secret police, Abu?
For the time being, yes. They escaped from the beggars' quarters we raided.
You fool! Had them in your hand and then allowed them to slip out?
But we know where they are now. It is only a matter of time before we destroy them.
But how did they escape from the ambush?
By means of a secret passage leading to the Bastion of the Angels.
French powder magazine. One of our operators is stationed there, Pierre.
Yes, but there was another guard. Pierre could not openly aid me.
No? When there were two of you to one of the guards? And I sheep to work for me?
We must be cautious, Master. We have both the French authorities of Mazagan and the Foreign Legion to cope with should we be caught.
There is no room for caution when dealing with the secret police. Is Pierre with you now?
Barlow.
Is Pierre with you?
What shall I tell him?
Helen, he's watching the hotel where we're staying.
Pierre guards the hotel housing the secret police, Master. Since he is off duty, he can do this while I speak to you.
Good. When do you plan to attack them?
Tonight, when they are asleep.
It cannot be soon enough for me.
Master, you will remain in Marrakesh until you hear from me?
Why do you ask?
You wanted to know as soon as the deed was done.
Yes, that is so. Very well. I shall remain in Marrakesh until further word from you. But you had better send that word before dawn. I will not tolerate further delays.
Yes, Master. I shall do my best.
You had better.
Wonder what the octopus would have done if he had known we were sitting here in front of a short-wave set with you, Abu.
Allah have mercy on me if he even suspicioned such a thing. I have great fear in my heart, Barlow.
I have guaranteed you the protection of the secret police, Abu. Our problem now is to reach Marrakesh before dawn. I don't think the octopus will remain there any longer.
Then we should leave immediately. The flight to Marrakesh will not be an easy one of these storms.
Will we get there before dawn, Carlos?
Oh, we should see, but as I say, it all depends on these devil of a storm.
We must get there.
What about Abu? Are you going to turn him over to the French police, Clint?
I was at first, but now I've changed my mind.
You mean you will kill me, Barlow?
Kill you? Oh, no. Don't judge the secret police by the standards of the octopus, Abu. I'm going to take you with us to Marrakesh.
Take me with you? Then I pray you kill me now. I cannot go to Marrakesh, cannot face the vengeance of the octopus.
You'll not face him, but you may be able to help us smoke him out.
You cannot go merely halfway, Abu. You have come over to our side by sending those messages to the octopus just now. You must remain on our side. You cannot turn back in safety.
I know. Ah, well, it is written, my fate. I shall go with you to Marrakesh.
Attaboy, Abu. And you'll be a lot safer with us than you would be here.
Thank you, Speed Gibson.
And now, let's get down to the plane before the storm grows any worse. Come on.
Sabul, come here a moment.
Yes, Master.
Wheel me over to the window, the one facing the Atlas Mountains.
It shall be done.
This is far enough.
You are worried over the message from Abu?
Yes.
But if they surrendered the hotel of the secret police, they will capture them.
I am not thinking of that, but of a certain undertone in Abu's voice.
What do you mean, Master?
I think he was lying.
Lying? About what?
That I do not know. But I am convinced that something has gone wrong, Zabu.
Then we'd better leave Marrakesh at once.
No. We'll wait and see what happens. We'll know before dawn.
I do not understand, Master.
Look at this thing from another angle, stupid one. Supposing that Barlow captured Abu, and supposing Abu talked, telling them that he was to let me know as soon as he had killed them.
He would not dare.
I trust no one except myself, Zabul. If this were the case, then the secret police know I am here in Marrakesh, and Abu wanting to know if I would remain here until further word from him seems to indicate that they know and will fly here to capture me. Before dawn.
Then all the more reason for you to leave, Master. There is our retreat in the Sahara.
Silence. This is all supposition, remember. And yet, if Barlow and the others do come, we shall be ready for them.
But how? Even if we summon the tribesmen from the Atlas Mountains by shortwave, they would never reach here by dawn.
I do not need an army to capture 3 secret police. I have some 100 men right here in Marrakesh, have I not?
Yes.
Then your work tonight, Zabul, is to summon every one of them. They must come armed and ready for anything.
They are to come here?
No, not all at least. Station some on the walls of the city. Tell them to keep their eyes on the sky for a bimoted plane.
The night is clear and there is a moon. They should see it at some distance.
Then station more men at the square. Barlow will probably land there since it is the only fit landing field inside the city walls. Then bring 15 men back here with you.
You would attack the secret police before the eyes of the whole city?
Perhaps. For it shall be at dawn or before. The city's eyes will still be shut in sleep. Yes, we have much work to do tonight, Zabul. But I must do mine here, chained to this chair with useless legs.
You may depend on me, Master. All shall be as you wish.
We must not fail, Zabul. Barlow and Speed Gibson are getting too close. They must be stopped, or my Atlantean syndicate will fail, and that must not be. From its success, I will make enough to continue on in my work to become master of the world.
Yes, that is true. It must not fail.
Do not watch me like that, Zabul. And you need not humor me. I know you think me mad. Perhaps I am, but not so mad as not to recognize danger. I'll stop Clint Barlow if I have to call every tribesman out of the Atlas Mountains to do it. Come. Get on with your work. Remember, Zabul, men on the walls, in the square, and here, and all well armed. Barlow will have a warm welcome in Marrakesh.
Gosh, Clint, I'm sure glad we finally got out of that storm. Sure was a bad one.
Evidently just along the coast, though, Speed. Flying conditions are good now. So we stay high enough above the warm air currents, we'll have smooth sailing.
Think we'll reach Marrakesh before dawn? Seems a little lighter in the east already.
African air magnifies everything, Speed. I think we'll be there before sunrise. Is Carlos asleep?
Yeah, and so's Abu. Guess being a fatalist has its good points. He's not worrying about what might happen to him in Marrakesh anymore.
At least he's not showing it if he is worrying. But speaking of sleep, how about you getting some shut-eye, Speed?
Me sleep? Flying on a night like this? And maybe right into the capture of the octopus? Gosh, I couldn't sleep anymore and fly to the moon.
Don't be too sure you couldn't do that. The moon and stars seem so close here that I feel as if I could reach out and touch them.
I do not advise you to do it, Clint. It would be a long reach.
Carlos, I thought you were asleep.
I was, but I woke up. We must be nearing Marrakesh, no, Clint?
We're approaching it all right, but don't tell me you sensed it, Carlos.
See, I am like that. When anything important comes close, zing, I am awake.
I think you're going to lose a lot of sleep from now on then, fella.
Carlos, those mountains in the distance, is that snow I see on them shining in the moonlight?
It is, Speed. You're looking on the famous Atlas Mountains.
Golly, I thought I was seeing something when I saw the Himalayas in Tibet. But these are different.
So different, Speed, that they are almost legendary. You see, a blue and gray mist constantly hovers about the base of these mountains, so that they seem to be hanging in midair, cut off from the rest of the world by these vapors. You'll see these phenomena by daylight tomorrow, or I should say today, after the sun rises.
Gosh, they're sure colossal.
See, where day and night meet, and Atlas upholds the heavens on his head and hands.
Huh? What's that?
What a true African says whenever he lays eyes upon these fabulous mountains, Speed.
You'll have to get used to Carlos, Speed. He's a poet in the clothes of the secret police. And I might add, it comes in darn handy most of the time. Understanding the people here in Africa as he does makes it possible for him to get much closer to them than most of us that they're pleased to look upon as infidels.
That's swell. I can learn a lot about Africa from Carlos, and I'm sure going to ask a lot of questions.
Oh, you better run for cover, Carlos. When Speed starts asking questions...
I shall tell him to look toward the east. We're going to have a red dawn. And see, below it lies Marrakesh, the end of our journey.
Yeah. See it, Clint? And look at the palm trees by the wall.
The most beautiful oasis in all Africa, Speed. Marrakesh is indeed the heart of Africa, for here comes tribesmen from the Atlas Mountains, Negroes from the tropical of Africa, Moors from the north, native caravans. Oh, you will think it is truly the crossroads of a continent.
It's getting lighter all the time. I can see that the walls are red. Where's that from the red in the east?
No, the walls of Marrakesh are red, Speed. And see that great tower there.
Yeah? What is it?
The Tower of Kotubia. For generations, it has been the welcome mark of long and weary journeys. If we had $1 for every pair of eyes which have sought Kotubia, we should be very rich, amigo.
Boy, I can hardly wait to land. What with the octopus and Marrakesh and so much else to see.
Wait.
What do you see, Carlos?
Men on the walls of Marrakesh.
Is that unusual?
Very, particularly when they are armed. I caught a gleam of light from a rifle.
Rifle? Clint, what do you think?
I don't know, Speed. You better go back and wake up Abu.
What are you going to do?
Think twice before landing.
But we must, Clint. We have not enough gasoline to fly back over the desert without refueling.
I'll circle low over Marrakesh and perhaps we can see what's up. But I don't like the looks of those men on the wall.
You think the octopus suspects anything, Clint?
Maybe. From the looks of that city, Speed, I don't think this dawn flight's going to have such a happy landing. We've got to be ready for anything.